Welcome back, ladies, gents, and my non-binary friends. I'm Tania, and this is Taniamadeit. And this week's video is going to be me taking the rust off of my rigid thickness planer. I thought it was going to be a quick fix, but this took longer, so I figured I might as well. Some people might need this advice, so I thought I'd get this video for you guys. Let me get Tiffany a bone, otherwise she won't shut up. See, that's her drug of choice. Ready with that? Ready? There you go. Okay, so that'll keep her occupied for a little bit. So my thickness planer, I hadn't used it in a while, and when I needed it for this project that I'm working on, it wouldn't go up at all. So what I did is I sprayed WD-40 on everything for about a week, and eventually I was able to get it up. Well, that sounds so weird. Eventually I was able to roll it up like it's supposed to go, and take it down as well. And so now what I'm in the process of is taking the rust off the posts that guide it up, and the posts that also have threads that allow it to slowly crank up. And I took the bottom base off of it. As you can see, there's some rust in here. I used the Scotch Brite pad. I took apart the bearings that hold the table on, and I'm slowly I've found out that this WD-40 rust release specialist rust release penetrant spray. I found this on Amazon. I'll put a link to it down below. I've used this on my Grizzly, and I've used this on other tools that have rust, and it takes the rust off really, really good. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm using sandpaper. I've been using like 600 grit to kind of get the rust off. I'll zoom you guys in so you can see some of the progress that I've made. But like I said, this video is going to be me going through it and showing you guys how I use this stuff. And at the end, once everything's cleaned up, I use this on my Grizzly, and it seems to help it out a lot. Like I said, all my tools are outside, exposed to the weather, and this has really, really helped my Grizzly, and I've been putting it on everything else. And it's the same stuff as the WD-40 Specialist Long-Term Corrosion Inhibitor, and protects metal for 1 year. That's BS, but nothing takes, so I constantly, when I see any signs of rust on my Grizzly, I go ahead and take care of it, and then spray some of this again on it, and it's really, really done an incredible job compared to anything else that I've used. Like, it's helped significantly. So this also has just taken rust off like it's freaking butter, man. It's really, really upped my rust control, these two things. So like I said, I'll put these in the description. I'll put you guys on a time lapse and show you how I clean up my rigid thickness planer. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so I finished cleaning it. As you can see, all these pipes aren't rusted anymore. I even cleaned the tubes and all this stuff in here. Let me pick you up, bring you a little closer. As you can see, all of these posts and everything was super rusted. It, like I said, they were as rusted as this down here is. I think double of that was all the tubes, everything. Nothing moved at all. Everything was seized up. Like I said before, it took about 2 weeks of spraying. No, let's say about a week and a half of spraying WD-40 on all these posts and all this and here, all this stuff, so it could eventually start moving. But as you can see, everything, the post here, everything's clean now. And if you can see a little bubbly on these stuff, is because I sprayed this on it, the WD-40 long-term corrosion inhibitor, and I'm gonna let it sit overnight and then wipe it in tomorrow. Like I said, I'm gonna spray some rust inhibitor. Whoops, sorry. Let me move you guys closer. On the top also. That's all that metal is also being exposed to everything. Now look at that. I bought this planer secondhand off a guy on Facebook, and I got it for the whopping, shocking price of $100. So you can imagine how scared I was when I thought that my thickness planer was gonna be ruined. So there you go. And that's how I maintain my tools out in my shop. I maintained all my tools that are exposed to the elements. I first spray it with the rust release penetrating spray, let it sit for a little bit, and I make sure that I scrub it with some kind of abrasive. If it's just maintenance, I use Scotch Pratt. I use Scotch pad like this, and if it's restoring like this one, I use sandpaper, but I try to keep it on the high grits. And then once everything's nice and clean, I spray with the long-term corrosion inhibitor, and I let it sit for a while, and then I wipe the excess off. And really, that's what I do. That's how I maintain all my tools. I've done it for my grizzly mostly. I've also used it on my miter saw and table saw and just little things here and there. I've done a little bit on my drill press, but now I'm gonna use it on this to maintain it. Yeah, so that's my rust prevention routine that I keep. How to keep all my tools nice and you know, taken care of. So yeah, that's how I do it with rust prevention, right? So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it helps you guys out. Like I said, this has really helped to take care of my tools that are outside exposed to the elements. And I'll leave the links to the stuff I bought it on Amazon I'll leave the links down below, and I hope it helps you guys out as much as it helped me. And yeah, have a good one. Say bye, Tiffany.